Hey there, it's Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. So first, apologies about my voice. I am still sick, as I'm sure you can tell. Anyway, I'm going to be taking part in Rereadathon, which runs from the 10th to the 16th of March, and I will leave all the host information down below. So this is a TBR video. Surprised, are you not? No, you're not. Anyway, I'm just going to get to the books that I'm going to read. First I should say that I don't know the challenge numbers. I've written them in my bullet journal in a weird spiral form, and now the numbers have no meaning, so I'm just going to say the challenges and the books I'm going to read for them, and we'll just pretend that I know what numbers they are, yeah? So one of the challenges is to give a book a second chance, and the first book that I'm going to read for that is A Sword in the Storm by David Gemmell. Now, if you've been here long, you'll know I love David Gemmell in all of his writings. This book may be the exception. And while I enjoyed the next two books in the series, I never read the fourth book, but there's something that happens in this book that just made me hate this book. Because this main character makes the most stupid decision that I just couldn't get over it, so I was like, fucking hell. It just drove me a bit mental, so this is me giving this book a second chance. I actually want to finish this series. I never got around to reading the fourth book, as I said, and I want to do that this year. So yeah, I've got to reread this first one because it's been like probably over 10 years since I actually read this book. So I want to see if my perspective on it has changed any. If I can get over that stupid decision, then we'll see. We'll see. So I'm definitely up for giving it a second chance. I want to continue with the series, and I mean, I do love David Gemmell, and it pains me that I had problems with this book. So I want to see if I still have problems with it, and if I do, then it's, you know, okay. It's fine. It's fine. Another challenge is to read a recent favourite. For that one, I'm going to say Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I read this one, I think 2 years ago now. I think it must be 2 years ago. And I really loved it. I thought it was really good, and I was like, wow, this is great. And then I waited for the next two books to get them for my birthday, and it was too long afterwards, and I didn't end up reading the next two. So I'm like, if I reread this one, I can continue with the series and be like, yay! So as you can see, this is probably my goal with this, is to reread books that lead on to a series that I haven't finished. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Another challenge is to read an old favourite, and for that one I've chosen The Novice by Trudy Canavan. Some nice little bookmark falling right out there. Back in your hole. This book is the second book in the Magician's Guild trilogy. This is a series that I read a lot when I was younger. Really enjoyed it, and it basically is like a magic school kind of book. Let's be real, this one is magic school. The first book is about a girl who is discovered to have magic powers. She's from the poor district, and there's supposed to be no magicians from that district. And, you know, lo and behold, she's got magic, so, yeah. And this book is a continuation of this, and it's like the whole magic school fantasy trope, but like, the guy that runs the magic school is like, I love him. He's like mysterious, and I really want to read it. It's been my goal, actually, the whole of last year was to reread this series, and I only read the first one, so I kind of failed at that, so I'm like, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do it. The next challenge that I have written down is a game-changing book, and for that one I'm gonna read Red Rising by Pierce Brown, because y'all know I love this book. I've recently been talking to a friend of mine about this. He's just read the entire series and he really loved him. Most of the people that I have got into this series really fucking love it, so I want to revisit it because I want to be able to chat about it. And yeah, this is game-changing for me because it was actually the first audiobook that I picked up on Audible, and knowing how easy that was and how well like produced the audio productions were on there sort of changed my reading habits, I would say. So that's why I'm rereading this one, probably on audiobook, but like I have the physical copy, so I'm gonna hold it up because editing. The next challenge that I've written down is to read an underrated or unpopular book, and for that one I've chosen Midnight Falcon by David Gemmell. This is the sequel to A Sword in the Storm, so I have to read that one before I can get to this one. I remember enjoying this one so much more. It follows the son of the main character in the first book, and spoiler, he's not a dick like the first guy, so that was an improvement. Yeah, I don't remember very much about this book, except that the main character is a significant improvement to the last guy. So I remember enjoying this one far more than I did the other one. So David Gemmell, as always, is underrated by mainstream, I guess. A lot of people haven't heard of him. His books are sort of disappearing from Waterstones and tears shed. But yeah, so I want to continue reading this series, and this is the second one here. The next challenge I have written down here is a childhood favourite, and for that one I've chosen Fragile Eternity by Melissa Marr. This is the third book in the Wicked Lovely series. Last month I picked up the second book, which is my favourite book in the series. This is actually my least favourite book in the series, so I'm kind of giving this one a second chance as well. These books are about Fae, and there are different courts of Fae, and the first book is focused mainly on the Summer Fae, the second book is focused mainly on the Dark Court, and this book is focused on the High Court. Now, while it has one of my favourite characters in this book, the High Court are so damn boring. So yeah, I don't really remember much about this book, just occasional things, so I'm just going to have to sort of reread it, give it like a look through, because mainly I want to get on to the next two books because I remember really enjoying them. Jared's going to fall off and attack my head. Stop that. Anyway, I am looking forward to reading this one because I just want to continue on with the series and try and remember what I thought about this book, because I think I've just like forgotten most of it. And the last challenge that I have written down here is a popular book, and for that one I am going for BookTube's darling, The Final Empire, the first book in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I read this book, going on 3-4 years ago now, and I read it on holiday, didn't have the rest of the books, got the rest of the book for Christmas, it'd been too long, wasn't in the mood to read fantasy, and it just didn't happen. So here I am now finally going back to it so that I can actually read the rest of the books in the series. Because I need to. I remember I absolutely adored Mistborn, and I just, you know, rightfully so, because it's awesome. And I just need to read more of it, so that's why I'm going back to it for Rereadathon. So those are the books that I plan to read for Rereadathon. It's a 7-day readathon, and I seem to have chosen books that probably average out at about 400 pages. Not sure how I'm going to do this. This will be interesting. I actually think it's probably higher than 400 pages. I think they're probably about 500 pages. Nervous laughter and all that. I'm not sure if I'll actually get all of these done, but we're gonna have to just see what I can do. I am definitely going to dedicate myself to this. It's going to be so much fun, and yeah, I am really looking forward to it. If you're taking part in Rereadathon, let me know what you're reading, and if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!